Welcome guys, this is John with Board Game Haver. This is the first in a series of videos called With the Right Group. In this series, I'm hoping to take some of my favourite games and telling you what the right group is to play these specific games with. To start my series, I have Splendor, one of my favourite games, one that I thoroughly enjoy, and one that I feel like I'm cheating a little bit with because I don't think I've found a group that this game does not work with yet. You can have your own opinion there. To start with, let me talk about the theme of this game. This game is set in the Renaissance, and you are a gem merchant, and you are trying to show that you are the best gem merchant in the world by gaining prestige points, which are equal to your victory points. To show this prestige, you buy your means of production, and you have the best means of production. You also try and woo passing nobles who are got to be in your region, just seeing what it is that you're doing to become the best gem merchant in town. The theme is incredibly thin, but there are certain elements in here that are so much fun and really fit what the theme was trying to do. Specifically the nobles. So the nobles actually are people from the actual Renaissance history. We have here Karl V, Germany, Anne Boleyn, Henry VIII, Queen Elizabeth I, Phil Dunphy from Modern Family. So let me tell you how this game works. This game is a basic engine builder. In an engine builder, what you're usually doing is try to build up a tableau in front of you. That tableau is the way that you can make the game easier for yourself. In this game, it's a very simple engine builder where you are buying cards, which are developments, and then these developments help you gain gems. These are ways to make it easier for you to buy other cards. For example, in the game, you can only have up to 10 gems in front of you. Yet this card costs 11 coins to buy. It is physically impossible to buy this to buy this card, this development card, without having other cards to supplement the need for gems here. Let me tell you how we actually play the game. On your turn, you can do one of three things. You can either take gems. So you can either take one of three different types of gems, or if there are at least 4 gems in a pile, you can take 2 of that specific gem and put it in front of you. The other thing that you can do is buy a card. You cannot take gems and buy a card on the same turn. Buy a card, you pay the price which is found in the bottom left hand corner. In this case, 2 white and 2 red. You put your gems in, take the card, put it in front of you, and then replace. The third thing that you can do is reserve a card. To reserve a card, I can see this card here is one that I am very close to being able to get, but I cannot yet take it. And I'm worried that someone later on is going to be able to, they can afford it and they will be taking it. I can take this card, play it in reserve, and take a gold coin. A gold coin is a wild card and can be used in place of any of the gems instead. There is a limit to the number of gems that you have in front of you. If you ever go over 10 gems in front of you, you will need to then discard as many gems as need to get down to the 10 limit. Gold coins count towards this limit. With the reserve cards, you can only have up to 3 cards reserved in front of you. On future turns, you can play the cards in front of you by taking a turn and paying whatever the relevant cost is. The other thing that you can do and aiming towards is gaining a noble. Nobles have a cost here, but they don't actually want gems. You can see that this is the shape of a card or the shape of the gems. These nobles do not care how many gems you have. What they care about is your means of production for the gems. In this case, Henry VIII is interested that you are building 4 black mines and 4 red mines. He cares about the means of production. So if at any point you have 4 red gems and 4 black gems, he comes along and says, here is some prestige. Prestige are your points for the end of the game, found right here. The other way that you're getting the prestige is through your means of production. Your better means of production, if you look here, it only produces 1 black gem, but is giving you 4 prestige points for the end of the game. In this instance here, you have 12 prestige points. You need another 3 to end the game. If at any point you happen to finish 2 possible nobles, you cannot claim both at the same time. Instead, you would pick one. In this case, I'm going to pick Elizabeth I, because I can see that a future player is actually very close to getting this, but not getting this. Because if it can go round and you can still collect this on your next turn, then you can take it. That would be you even closer. In this case, you would be at 16 points. And the game would then end once everyone has had an equal amount of turns. So this is what you do. You just buy your cards, take gems, impress the nobles until someone has at least 15 points. Everyone plays the game out until they've all had the same amount of turns. And it's very important, it's not the first person to get to 15. It is who is winning the game once everyone has had an equal amount of turns. There is a tiebreaker, and the tiebreaker is whoever has the least number of cards to get to their winning score. If you have used the same number of development cards to get to that, then rejoice in your sheer victory. Yay! So, what do I think about this game? This is an incredibly fun game. It is super simple, super fast. When I play it with my kids, it takes 30 to 40 minutes. When I play it with just my wife, it takes 15 minutes to play. When we're playing this, I can sit and talk and just enjoy being with the people that I'm spending time with. If I'm playing this with my gamer friends, then this is a good way to start the night before you play the heavier games. And it's a really good way to wind down at the end of an incredibly heavy game. If you've just played a 2 or 3 hour game of Power Grid, then I would maybe like to wind down. I don't just want to stop there. This is the perfect way to wind down before ending the evening. What I've found is, I started playing this. The first time I played this game, I played it with my gamer group at work, who are a bunch of people that are into the 1.5 to 3 hour type games. They want a little bit heavier. They want more Euro-y type games. A few of them are into the war games and into the very thematic games. But this is one that went down very well with that group. I brought it home and it went down with my family very well. And it went down with my friends very well. I really enjoy this game. Thanks, and until next time, this is John with Board Game Haver.